Well, Tanya and I are in the lounge right now in Charlotte, North Carolina, getting ready for our first European trip of the new year. And we're both very excited about that. The lovely Tanya is ecstatic. She's having a little glass of Chardonnay, which is completely gone. Anyway, Tanya's great strategy for our trip was to, our flight leaves at about 5 o'clock or so in the afternoon. And it's a overnighter to Frankfurt, gets there at 7 in the morning. So Tanya's strategy was for us to get very little sleep last night at home. So we, she had us getting up at the shriek of dawn at 5 o'clock, then had our breakfast, hung around, and took a walk. Yeah. And now we've had a couple of drinks and getting ready to get on the plane in about an hour. So the strategy is to completely fall asleep. So we'll see how that works. Yeah, okay. Well, we are in Frankfurt. This is our first European trip of 2022.
Not Frankfurt, Ohio, right?
Not Frankfurt, Ohio,
okay.
like the Uber driver thought it might be. It's the Frankfurt in Germany. And I've been thinking about what draws us to Germany, or at least what draws me to Germany. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about, or I'm just going to be free associating, what are the things about Germany that somehow draw me here. It's not the weather, as Tanya says, because it is cold and can be. Yeah, I think somebody, our Uber driver, came up with the factoid that Frankfurt was on the same latitude as Green Bay, Wisconsin, which, if you're from Wisconsin at all, it's very cold there. So anyway, we're going to be talking about what are the things that we like about Germany. Come along. I think one of the things that we like about Germany is the familiarity and the relative predictability of it. For example, we're here in Frankfurt, and for several years during Christmas market, the best pork sandwiches are made right here on this square. Of course, it doesn't look like what it is during Christmas market time, but they have this really great barbecue system set up, and these guys make some of the best pork sandwiches that you can find, with onions on them and on those rolls.
Put a
Aren't
little
they, Tanya?
mustard
put some Senf on there. Oh, das schmeckt so gut. Okay, and it will be here every year.
The same guy.
The same guy in the same place. And likewise down the walkway here, the same people at the same stalls will be here every year. For Christmas gugas and things, the same vendors will be in the same place year after year, year after year after year. It's so predictable.
It's lovely.
Lovely. Another predictable thing about Germany is that in any major city, there is a Birkenstock store. And if there's a Birkenstock store, Tanya will find it. And even if it takes her a couple of rounds. But this is one that we've been to several times in Frankfurt. And we went right to it today because we remembered exactly the place to go. This is where Tanya takes care of all her Birkenstock needs. One of the other things that we've always liked about Germany is their sense of renewal after World War II. So, for example, this is the main square in Frankfurt, which was, it looks like it's really old, but it's not. It was completely demolished during the war, but they restored it to what it once was. So it's remarkable. And the cities had a choice after the war whether they would restore themselves the way they were or whether they would go for a more modern look. And Frankfurt sort of split the difference, and it has many modern buildings. European Central Bank is here, lots of different headquarters for banks, and yet in modern buildings, and yet they restored these old areas to what they once were. We're here in Bad Dürkheim today in Deutschland, and what are we going to do today, Tanya?
We're going to have some beer.
We're going to drink some beer. What an unusual thing to be doing in Germany. But we just took a bracing hike and
Through the forest.
Through the forest. In Bad Dürkheim, there is this famous wine cask, and when we lived here, I always wanted to come here, and now finally we're here. It's so exciting. Let me show you this. This has got to be the world's largest wine cask. And there it is. I don't know if you can see it there. Let's zoom in a little bit. Holds at least 2 or 3 liters of wine, and can keep the people happy all winter long. It's terrific. Another thing we always love about Germany is the ever-changing weather and the beautiful spring weather. As you can see here, it's the very first week of April right now, and it is just snowing like crazy. It's just beautiful. Another fabulous thing about Germany is that there are bakeries everywhere, and it's just you just can't believe how nice these things are. Let's just go in here and see. Here's a bakery that we're checking out on a Saturday morning. Okay. Well, while we've been visiting some of the remote corners of central Germany, we ran into some people that we have met before. And they're actually, Tanya, they're very secretive. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. But we happened to find them. They consented to a short interview. These are people that are really international people of mystery.
They are.
Yes, and to conceal their identities, they wear disguises, and so they've consented to talk to us just briefly. So, can you tell us what your names are? We have met you before, but who are you?
The answer is no.
I don't want to do that.
I'm Mrs. Double O.
Mrs. who?
Mrs. Double O.
Mrs. Double O.
And I'm Mr. Double O.
Mr. Double O.
Yes.
And can you tell us what you're doing here? We realized that the last time we saw you was in the States, and you had to take a very quick, unexpected trip out of the country, and we weren't sure why, what was going on. Can you tell us what you're doing here?
We cannot. We can tell you it's snowing today.
It's snowing. No, but what I'm more interested in is I understand you do work for the government. Can you tell us which?
I can't speak to that.
Can you tell us which government?
Well, it depends.
It depends.
It depends on the day of the week.
Depends on the day of the week.
Yes. But right now it's the U.S. government. Yes.
The U.S. government.
It is.
And can you tell us
For the most part.
Can you tell us what your involvement is here and why it's so secretive?
Well, then it wouldn't be secretive if I told you.
I guess that's right.
Yeah.
I guess that's right.
That's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mrs. Double O, will you be going anywhere from here?
We'll be going down the road to beautiful Heidelberg.
Really? And is there another secret mission that you need to
There
take care of there?
is another secret mission, a very exciting secret mission.
And what is that?
Looking forward to be more secretive in another location.
Okay, fine. Well, I can see that we're probably not going to get much out of Double O and Mrs. Double O here, but it has been a pleasure talking with you today.
Lovely having you.
Yeah, the other cool things we like about Germany are the trains, the public transportation. Trains are punctual, they're clean,
They're warm.
they're warm, and they go fast usually, and virtually anywhere. It may take you a while, to make a connection to go to some really small places, but in general, they go everywhere. And today, Tanya and I are on one of the regional trains, and we're on our way from Kaiserslautern to Bingen. Then we'll transfer to another regional train to Koblenz, and then we'll take the Intercity Express, which are the take that to Cologne, to visit with some of our friends. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning this morning in Cologne, Germany. You can hear the church bells in the background, and it's a Sunday. And we're going to meet our cousins, and we're going to be with their family, and I think we're going to an outdoor museum.
I think we are.
And then we'll probably drink some Cologne beer, known as Kolsch, which comes in these little teeny glasses, which I'll never understand, but it's a thing here, and so we're going to take part.
Yes.
But meanwhile, there's not a cloud in the sky.
It's beautiful.
It's warmed up to maybe 30 degrees or so.
I think so.
Yeah, it's going to be just a terrific day. Come join us. We're outside of Cologne, and there's this wonderful little German, authentic, old German village that's been rebuilt with all of the original old materials from the 1700s, early 1800s. Well, the lovely Tanya and I are here in Cologne and on our way to the Hauptbahnhof. We're going to take a train to Paris today.
Paris.
We're in Paris, yes. It's so
Paris,
exciting.
France.
Paris, France. And, you know, they always talk about April in Paris, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's the weather going to be like, Tanya? Did you happen to notice?
Cold and rainy.
Cold and rainy.
Yeah.
But that's perfect.
That's fine. The flowers will be blooming.
That's right. And we'll be there, so that'll brighten it up right there. Don't you agree?
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, let's continue on. One of the highlights of any trip to Cologne has to be a visit to the cathedral. This cathedral is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's one of the largest in the world. Get an idea here. And this cathedral was almost completely demolished during World War II, and it was completely rebuilt to its former grandeur. And it's incredible that it's lasted this long, staying in the same place, and it's in the central part of Cologne and right adjacent to the train station. So that's makes it very convenient for anybody coming to visit Cologne.
Oh, you can't miss it.
You can't miss it. So coming to Cologne, well, you can't miss, not seeing it.
You can't miss nothing.
Yeah, and if you're coming by road, it's right by the bridge as you come into Cologne. So it's definitely one of the highlights of the place. We spent our time in Cologne here. We spent mostly visiting family and friends, so we didn't give you a lot of highlights of things to see here. But any time of the year is good, even though it's a little breezy and rainy. It's the first week of April right now, but if you come in the summertime, there'll be a lot more people, but it's a good time to visit. Okay, so now we're off to the Hauptbahnhof, which is right next door here. We're going to take the Thalys train to
Paris, France.
Paris, France.
Yeah.
To the Gare Nord, the North train station. Yeah. Okay, let's go. So the train station here in Cologne is one of the larger ones in Germany, and as you come in, the main entrance, it's very well organized. So you'll see all up on the board. You can see all the different trains when they depart, and you can find out where you're going. And then there's a long walkway, and then it goes up to all the different platforms.
Paris, France. That's where we're going.
wir stehen Ihnen jederzeit zur Verfügung und wünschen eine angenehme Fahrt. Der Schusspass spricht an Bord. Die ganze Reise, danke. Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour. Je suis Eric, votre chef de bord, et au nom de l'ensemble du personnel, je vous souhaite la bienvenue à bord de ce Thalys à destination de Paris Nord. Ce Thalys desservira les gares de Aix-la-Chapelle, Liège, Guillemins et Bruxelles Midi. Dans ce train, vous trouverez un Thalys bar en voiture 24. Nous sommes à votre disposition et nous souhaitons un agréable voyage. Je vous rappelle que le port du masque est obligatoire pendant tout votre voyage. Merci de votre collaboration.
We're on the Thalys, and we are first class.